Priscila Teixeira, and I'm the founder and CEO of Talking Fashion, which is kind of the umbrella company over Columbus Fashion Academy. The mission is to transform lives through fashion. And we teach fashion as a language, right? So it's a language of power, and it's a language of communication and all the things that go behind that. So that's something that I think it's important to every single person on the planet. We all get dressed every day, and everybody's affected by it, like it or not. And there's no judgment of whatever your style, doesn't matter if you are this or that, we all get dressed. There is power there. I'm from São Paulo in Brazil. I used to go to a Catholic school, so we had kind of this really boring uniform. And it was this huge school where like back then was elementary, middle school, and high school all together. So it was this gigantic building with over 5,000 students in one building, all around each other from kindergarten to the last year of high school. So anyways, and we all wear this boring brown uniform, really cool trekking suits looking, if you think about it, in the early 80s. But anyways, I hated it back then. And so I'm like, we're all different. It makes no sense that we're all looking the same. So I started kind of piling up on jewelry. And that's kind of how I started the first business, which was an online business, was kind of the beginning of Talking Fashion. So it was through jewelry to express ourselves and show difference and kind of show how different we are and express the mood that I felt like playing every day, different characters and just having fun. This was kind of transfer as a family. My ex-husband was transferred here. So that's how I ended up in Columbus. And the first thing that I did, and when I heard about the option of kind of coming here, I'm like, oh, what is in Columbus? So I kind of looked it up. Internet had just started. And then I looked it up, what is in Columbus? And then I saw L Brands and some other big names that had headquarters in Columbus. So I thought, I'm like, oh, there is something in the fashion industry there for me to do. So then I was kind of relieved. Okay, there's something there that I would like it. And then that's how I ended up moving here. It's sad that Columbus is like the third city in the nation for fashion. And it has, it keeps growing tremendously, no doubt about it. But unfortunately, it's not something that you see on the streets. My kids' school, and they run these after-school programs, and they were kind of recruiting teachers, instructors for that. And they knew about my background in fashion, and then they came one day and said, oh, would you like kind of to teach? And we are kind of looking for after-school teachers and that. And I said, teach? I'm like, I'm not a teacher, but I do know fashion enough that I feel comfortable, and I know how that can empower kids, and I know how that can work in favor of stop bullying. And that's what in terms of elementary school, was my first thought. I'm like, okay, that's something that can help the kids. And then so I'm like, let's try it. And that's kind of how it started. So I think the most important thing to teach children, I would say, is to be themselves, to listen to themselves, their heart, their brain, and not to be following what other people are doing. Just because it's like, okay, go and do because your friends said, no, you do because it's the right thing, or because that's what you want, not somebody else wants it. From very young age, have them to realize the power, the value, the beauty that each of one of them have it, and to use the fashion as that tool and that language to communicate it. So then they grow and they are fearless to be who they are. It doesn't matter if somebody say anything to you. If you believe what you are wearing, you don't care. So in the moment that we have this expanded throughout the city, then the entire city is going to be comfortable and looking awesome because they're being themselves. And then we will be a fashion capital. I would love if, Columbus City Schools and any other school in Natal, from Whitehall to Reynoldsburg to New Albany, whatever you name it, any single neighborhood around Franklin County, to get us, contract with us to come and teach fashion on 1 hour to the kids as a language, and empower every single kid in the planet, not just the ones that are close to us or that have the money to pay for the private classes that we offer. We could expand and affect more and empower more kids throughout the entire city. And they will grow, and that means they will be the leaders of the future, no matter if they're fashion designers or if they are any other profession, but they are affected by fashion and how that changed our lives.